Public school segregation has been tough on students, especially on African American students that were treated unfairly in schools because they were receiving more punishments than the other students. They were getting suspended, expelled at the triple rate of their white peers. The white students percent had the least suspensions, then the colored students had 60% of students that were girls that were suspended at the rate of the 12% in public schools. 2 weeks ago, on May 16, 2014, in New York, we celebrate the 6th anniversary of the landmark of the United States of America Supreme Court decision in Brown versus Board of Education historic breakthrough in May 1954 on the everlasting impact. My topic is about the racial discrimination in public school, how many students from different races were being segregated in schools and were being divided into these groups. The groups were European American, Asian, Latinos, whites, and African American students were being put in these groups because in school system they wanted to see which percent of students would achieve and which students would not. The discrimination also affected the special education students that many African American students were placed in these groups because the school system thought that they were mentally issued and had emotionally issued problems. Also, the African Americans and Latino schools had the least resources for them. They didn't have the resources to prepare for school and for their future. Their school had a less funding and less staff. Also, the reason why I picked this topic was because still today in public schools, everyone should be treated equally. No one should be segregated just because of difference and should be judged by their skin color. The topic about segregation is very important to our society because segregation in school has has been in the past between blacks and white students and with other races. Still today, there's segregation between students in school that are still using divisions between the students and using groups between them just because of the skin color, and many people don't want to be mixed together in classroom. In our society today, we should make a change between everyone. Everyone should show that being divided it's not the solution. Everyone should be equal and have the freedom of speech. Each student should have a future. Each student should have education. Doesn't matter which race, if they're white or they're black. Everyone should be equal. Just because of their skin color doesn't mean that they don't that can't have a future. They can have a future. Everyone should be equal. Nobody should be divided